Good day, everyone. I am Rika May Bongo. Together with me is Miss Regine Cabasares. Now we will be discussing about Mansaka tribe, their history, culture, and traditions. Mansaka means the people of the clearing, from the word saka, which refers to the farming fields. The Mansaka were first called Maloro, meaning people who dwell in the forest, possibly because historically they were driven into the forest by raiding Kalagan Moros because they wanted to avoid settlers' chaotic life, so they moved further and further up the hillsides and mountains. Uh, Majority of the Mansaka reside in Davao del Norte, Davao Oriental, and Compostela Valley, specifically Tagum, Nabunturan, Mawab, Mako, and Pantukan. Compostela Valley is home to the most number of Mansaka. Pantukan is presumed to be the main Mansaka center from which the group expanded to other places. The Mansaka group of languages is often classified in Manuvo linguistic. Manuvo or Manobo is part of the Malayo-Polynesian branch of the Austronesian language family. It is part of the Austronesian language because the Mansaka people are descendants of Austronesian migrants who spread throughout the region from Taiwan during a series of historical migration, bringing their language with them. Next, we have the history of Mansaka tribe. The racial development of the Mansaka tribe might have progressed in three phases. From 3000 to 500 BC, the Indonesians came and intermarried with native women, begetting the Manobo. The migration of the Malays from 300 to 200 BC and their intermarriage with the Manobo produced the Mansaka. In the 13th century naman, the Chinese arrived and contributed further to the racial development or racial and cultural development of the Mansaka. This means the blend of cultures and traditions has shaped the unique identity of the Mansaka people. Let's dive into their livelihood of Mansaka people. The main economic activities of the Mansaka are farming, fishing, and hunting. Farming produce include humay, batad or corn, paruda, sweet potatoes, wakag, tubers, coffee, and hemp. These are famous crops among Mansaka people, since these easily bear fruits and are easy to care for. Rice and corn, which are harvested and stored, wakag and paruda are only dug from the backyard of a Mansaka household when they are to be consumed. Cash crops include coffee and hemp, which command a good price in lowlands. The Mansaka are sensitive to the laws of nature when farming, and they follow the ecological calendar in the stages of planting. They observe the moon, stars, trees, seas, and other signs in nature to guide them to a good harvest. Well, the time for pagaras or the clearing of the field is during a pagkarayon, which is full moon. The Mansaka believe that opening the land when the moon is full would bring good luck and bountiful harvest. The pagsunong, the burning of debris and weeds, is conducted during kabdos or the first quarter moon. Pagtanom, sowing grains, is best during the pagkabitay or the new moon because there are fewer pests during this time, and farming activities end on the kamatay or the last quarter moon, and the farmers could then rest. The traditional leadership revolves around the following: the matadong or matikadong, old wise man who has great influence in the community decision making. They held the high esteem, seen as figures of wisdom and authority who embody their cultural pride. The magkatadong or the elders support the matadong in plans and schedules. They also have the bagani or maniklad, a member of the warrior class who assists in leading the community with the help and advice of the matadong. Moreover, the balian or balyan, who leads the mansaka in religious rites. The balian or balyan are spiritual healers known as intelligent individuals and are respected by the member of the tribe. They also have this unique justification in certain situations, such as violation of tradition, self-defense, defense of the land, protection of the community. They call this warrior who has killed 12 or more person in the name of double cause as bagani. They wear a morogang headdress in their head, of course. The Mansaka Tribal Social Organization. We already have discussed the traditional leadership structure of the Mansaka tribe. Now let's learn about their neighborhoods. Mansaka neighborhoods are kinship based, which means that they are close with their families, a relationship between persons by blood and marriages. This is their method of reckoning relationships. The Mansaka practice is polygamy, which means that they allow men to marry multiple women if they can support them. Sons are favored, of course, as heirs, while daughters rarely inherit valuable properties. Marriages are traditionally arranged by parents through a process called buya. This begins with the boy's family visiting the girl's family in costume known as panumbaya. After 3 days, they return to for the Mamoka to finalize wedding arrangements, including the negotiation of the vows or dowry, often meditated by a matador. The ceremony involves a simple food exchange between the couple, followed by a celebration lasting up to 4 days or until food runs out. For their culture and costumes and traditions, in terms of friendship, they express it through exchanging of visits, valuables, and animals, and conduct rituals like kadayaw to reconcile broken relationships, where the accused offers a feast and a gift to the complainant. If the apology is accepted, the complainant reciprocates with a banquet and the gift, celebrating forgiveness through dancing and feasting. In terms of passing this valuable knowledge of traditional culture, women pass on to younger female members of their family. In addition, the effects of formal education in on Lumad communities have significantly influenced the culture and interests of the younger generations of Mansaka. Nevertheless, the older generation, while recognizing the need for increased literacy and education for economic security, continues to believe that a complete education includes the preservation of native culture and tradition, which would serve as a basis for effective interaction with non-Lumad communities. I'll give the virtual floor to Ms. Cabasares.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Regine Cabesares, and this afternoon I will discuss about the religious beliefs and practices of the Mansaka. So the Mansaka believe that the Magbabaya is God and the source of everything on earth. So the Mansaka people of Mindanao honor their domestic deities known as the Manaog or Manaog through the wooden statues placed on the pedestals, or it is called the Paranka. So these statues usually featured distinct male or female characteristics. So evident in their structures or the evident in their sculptures and adornments, they're offering traditionally presented to the Manaog after the rice planting, during harvest, and before the significant life events. And in Mansaka, they have rituals may be conducted either in indoor or outdoor. So if indoor, the balian places rice, wine, chicken, lime, tobacco, and betel nut on a siklat, or it is a square bamboo platform suspended from the ceiling. So additionally, offerings such as food, betel nut, or other ritual gifts are presented to these Manao statues at key moments in the agricultural and life cycles of the Mansaka people. So after the rice planting, they are going to seek blessings for a good harvest. And during the harvest, it is about to show gratitude for the successful yield. And before the death or before death, it is possibly to guide the soul of the deceased or seek protection for the family. And for the rituals practices of the Mansaka about the outdoor, the Balian construct a siklat with the use of four wooden poles arranged like an Indian teepee skeleton. So the ritual practices of the Mansaka people, especially the role of the Balian or the shaman or their spiritual leader, and how they are going to set up the sacred spaces for worship and offerings to their Manaog or Manaog deities. The cultural significance of this is the siklas serve as temporary ritual space during the outdoor ceremonies, and the placement of the Manaog in high places indoors, it suggests the reverence, or as if its elevated locations usually symbolize the sacredness and protection in indigenous spiritual tradition. Many older Mansaka believe that sickness is caused by the supernatural beings, so they offer ritual sacrifices to the gods. So it is to address especially sudden ailments, healing rituals, which can be either a pangapog or a pinagpudor. It is maybe conducted even without the mediation of a balian. So in Pangapog, it is a healing ritual where betel nut quid is offered to Magbabaya or the supreme god. In Pinagtagpudor, it is a ritual where a chicken's neck is cut to drive away the evil spirits which is causing the illness. The Panawag-Tawag is a healing ritual conducted by the Balian. So the Balian prepares a white feathered chicken, a cooked egg, betel nut, lime, and cooked rice as offering. So also the fragrant smoke is stirred up to call the attention to the spirit, and a piece of wood carved into a human figure is held to the painful parts of the sick person's body as prayer they are uttered. So it is believed that the prayers transfer the illness of the sick to the wooden figure. Piyagsawitan, or it is a celebration for Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving and sharing the harvest. So the Thanksgiving ritual is offered to the Magbabaya and to the Daragpo and Layuyu. So it is the deities of the harvest. So the Thanksgiving ritual, it is about the head of the family are going to taste the cooked rice first. It is to symbolize gratitude and a prayer that is offered to Magbabaya and the harvest deities. It is about to drive away the hunger and avoid stomach pains. The cultural performance, the festival features traditional dances and music, including the Dagaday sa panahon at Indak-Indak sa Kadalanan, which highlight the community agricultural practices and cultural expressions. So we have here the Christianity and the Mansaka people. So it is the religious beliefs. The Christianity has been accepted by many Mansaka, but it has not totally eradicated the Manaog cult. So the Mansaka believe in the saving grace of the Christian God, but the remnants of the old religion. So as in many ethnic groups persist, and the Mansaka belong to the various Christian denominations. So it is usually at the same time in 1973, close to 95% of the Mansaka were Catholics, while also members of the other Christian sectors like the Baptist Church or the Jehovah Witness. So the impact of Mansaka culture and beliefs. So Christian churches have contributed much of the loss of the Mansaka culture and belief system. And many of the Balian, like I said, they given up their spiritual practices because their work is usually dismissed by the pastors and church leaders as the devil works. And many Mansaka have adopted the Catholic region due to the influence of the Visayan settlers. And many have been instilled with the idea that the Mansaka culture is the inferior and shameful, so resulting in the corrosion of their cultural values. So to become Christian, the Mansaka must take away anything that is reminder of their identity as people who are bearers of an evil culture. Early Mansaka houses. So it is built on the treetops or bamboo groves. So it is the traditional home of the Mansaka people. It is called the Uyaanan. So it is a single room that is structured made of bamboo and timber posts. It is usually built on the top of the tree. So these houses were elevated as the defensive measure against the surprise attacks and raids from the enemies. So living above the ground made it harder for the invaders' attack unnoticed. Modern Mansaka houses. So today, the most common Mansaka dwelling, it is sasal, or it is called the chopped bamboo tubes. So it is make up the four walls that are topped by a roof made of the tinaksi, or it is the wooden tiles. So here we have the Mansaka traditional costume and weaving. Dagmay is woven in three types of abaca fibers. The bintok, it is prepared from knotted abaca fibers and boiled in the extracted red dye of the plant sicarig. And the sicarig, it is prepared from the unknotted abaca fibers boiled in the red dye of the sicarig. And the kanarum prepared from the abaca fibers that is boiled in the black dye of the same plant. Most common design are the laron na upat, which has the aesthetic and religious significance for the Mansaka. So squares, dots, and other geometric designs appear on clay pots and the padadyong, or it is the wraparound skirts, and human figure designs are available but rare. So the Mansaka women can optionally for four types of skirts to match the dagom. So these are the pula or the ordinary skirts. It is produced by both from the Visayans and the Piamontakan saragboy or dagmay. It is all painstakingly made by the Mansaka and worn only on special occasions. So in pula, it is the usage. It is the everyday wear, and it is the ordinary cotton that is typically plain and less adorned. Mansaka ritual dance. So dancing is a source of pleasure and entertainment for the Mansaka. So we have first is the Anito Balian of Samal Island. So it is origin from the Samal Island, Davao, and the purpose is a sacred healing ritual to cure the sick. So the ancient ritual dance involved the medicine man or the balian and a female medium. So the ritual includes the sacrifice of a chicken and the use of human skull. So it is believed to hold spiritual power. So dancing girls with palm fronds and the flickering lights. Next, we have the Japa Kaunod, or it is the courtship dance. So the purpose of this is it is a traditional courtship dance. So in this dance, a boy performs a series of movements in a circular path around a girl. It is symbolizing his pursuit of her affection. So we have the Inamo na Sayaw, or it is a monkey is It is performed by two people. So this dance mimics the movements and antics of monkeys, and it is lighthearted of usually performed for leisure or showcasing the Mansaka connection and nature to their sense of humor. While the other Odol commemorates or fallen warriors, it is the solemn dance commemorates the bravery and sacrifice of Mansaka warriors. So the movements are strong and deliberate. It is usually accompanied by the rhythmic drumming and chants. The Balian Basal, it is a sacred dance performed during the rituals. So it is part of a spiritual ceremonies. So it involves intricate hand and foot movements. It is usually accompanied by chants and offering to the spirits. And lastly, we have the sarug or sarud. It is a war dance performed by the Bagani. So this dance is both a display of skill and a ritual to invoke strength and protection before the battle. So that's all for the Mansaka religious beliefs and practices.